As much as I dislike religion doctrines, as much as I disagree with religious doctrines, I would say that the least barbaric, and I say least barbaric, but I keep barbaric there because most religious doctrines have some barbaric view of human nature, and they have this like old traditions that are extremely barbaric. But the least barbaric, I would say, is Christianity. I say least barbaric because there's pretty barbaric shit in the Bible. But I say least barbaric in this case is because if you look at the doctrine of Islam, if you look at the Quran, Islam is very dangerous. And as Sam Harris put it 2 years ago, it is the mother lode of bad ideas. Now, to give you an example of how deluded these extremists of these religion of Islam is compared to the extremists of Christianity. Here's the thing. Christians, fundamentalists, are just as bad as the Islamic fundamentalists. Both groups of people are bad. But let's look at the mainstream followers of these religions. Most Christians, if you talk to most Christians, even though most Christians that aren't gay, even though they don't agree with the gay lifestyle, they don't want to harm other gay people because one of these gay people might be their friend or their cousin, you name it. But if you look at people who follow Islam, even though they don't agree with the gay lifestyle, they still throw gay people off roofs. They believe that if somebody's gay, you have to throw them off a roof. They believe that women are second-class citizens, truly second-class citizens. They believe marital rape is okay. This is what mainstream followers of Islam believe compared to Christians. While the Bible doesn't condone rape, Christians don't support rape. Christians are against it. Christians won't throw a gay person off a roof because they're gay. See what the thing is here? Islam is the mother lode of true bad ideas compared to Christianity. I disagree with both ideologies because there's no scientific evidence to base anything that any of these stories actually happened. But even though they are just stories, the least barbaric is Christianity compared to Islam. While both in the Bible and the Quran, you could sell a 7-year-old girl to a guy for marriage. Here's the thing, in the Middle East, that shit actually happens compared to America. Where in America, or any other Western civilization, we know that you cannot marry a child. We know that's wrong. We know that's immoral compared to the Middle East, where they do this shit on a daily basis. Now you tell me, which is the more dangerous ideology? It's Islam, in my opinion. Look at what they do in the Middle East compared to what they do in Western civilization. You'll see what is the more dangerous ideology. And the Muslims that follow the religion of Islam don't practice it the same way in America they do in the Middle East. Because American Muslims are different from those in the Middle East. American Muslims who are gay are afraid to come out of the closet because they know the religion that they follow, they can be killed for it. American Muslims that follow the ideology, that have gay friends, don't throw their friends off fucking roofs compared to the ones in Islam, in Islamic countries like Saudi Arabia. You get catching my points here, right? American Muslims are far more progressive than those in the Middle East, but yet they still follow a dangerous ideology. And this is why you see tons of people online that were Muslims, now are ex-Muslims, and that live here in America, because they know that they came close to death in the Middle East, or they knew somebody who was killed in the Middle East because they were maybe feminist, maybe they were gay, maybe they were, I don't know, an atheist. People that are ex-Muslims because they know how dangerous the ideology of Islam is. They don't just leave their religion for nothing. People that are indoctrinated in religions like this leave their religion for a moral reason. And a lot of ex-Muslims in America, even though they might practice some traditional Muslim holidays, they don't believe in the ideology. They might believe in a God, they might believe in a higher power, but they don't practice the ideology of Islam. Because they know how dangerous and deplorable it is. That's the perfect word for Islam. Deplorable. It's a true fact. The ideology of Islam is genuinely deplorable. Compared to the Bible, compared to the Torah, which have pretty barbaric shit as well, but they're the least barbaric doctrines compared to Islam. And I'm not the only person making these points. Bill Maher has made these points. Milo Yiannopoulos has made these points. Most people that are for genuine compassion and genuine empathy of other people and of different cultures know how deplorable and know how dangerous Islam is compared to Christianity and Judaism. Anyway, I wanted to make a video on that because I feel that a lot of young liberals tend to coddle the idea of Islam and Sharia law as if it's okay for a Western civilization. Hey, wake up, you idiots. Wake up. Sharia law is awful. And if you're a feminist in America that's advocating for Sharia law, you clearly don't stand for women's rights. In a Sharia law society says that women can't leave the house without a man. In a Sharia law society, you could be maritally raped, and that's perfectly okay, because the law says that your husband could rape you. In a Sharia law country, if you say that you were raped, you get killed, even though you're the victim. Sharia law does not collide with Western culture well. There's a reason why. We have laws and we have certain ways of living in the Western world that are far more better than the Eastern world. If you think that Sharia law is going to benefit you, how about you actually visit a country that lives under Sharia law? Believe me, you have it much better here than you do in Saudi Arabia. And if you're a young liberal man and you think that we shouldn't criticize Islam for what it is, a dangerous ideology, I want you to tell your gay friend or your feminist girlfriend or anybody that follows an ideology that people that live under Sharia law are killed for having, I want you to tell them that Islam is for gay rights. And I want you to tell your female friends that Islam is for women's rights. I can guarantee you'll get laughed at. Because most people know that's a joke. Islam does not support gay rights, does not support women's rights, and the amount of liberals that thinks it does is astonishing. While I disagree with the majority of religious doctrines, Islam scares the hell out of me. It truly does. This is coming from a guy who isn't afraid of ideologies, but Islam scares the hell out of me. And this is coming from a guy who's a right-wing libertarian, who's pansexual, who's into men and women. Yeah. Me being a part of the LGBT community and knowing the possibility that if we allow anybody in this country that wants to promote Sharia law, and if we actually allow it to happen, which I thank my lucky stars that we have Republicans and Democrats that know that it's barbaric. But if we get those that think we should just kowtow to other cultures' ways of living, I'm truly terrified of a Sharia law society. I truly am. So I beg any liberal watching this video to look up what Sharia law is and to look up how dangerous the doctrine of Islam is. Believe me, I thought like you once. I thought Islam is just another religion. No. Far, far different from Judaism or Christianity. Like I said, I disagree with Judaism and Christianity just as much as I disagree with Islam, but I'm not scared of Judaism or Christianity. There's a reason why a lot of people are afraid of Islam. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See ya.